Saturday. I am having a very lazy day. I am cuddling in bed with my cats. This is Nicoletta. Say hello to Nicoletta. She's very content. And I am trying to finish up my August TBR. I've read almost everything that I wanted to read in August except Witchshadow, which I'm working on right now. This is the fourth book in the Witchlands series. I've been reading along with Jade Reads and her friends for her read-along that she's been doing for the last few months of this series, and I've been really enjoying it for the most part. There was definitely some up and downs so far for me. Some books I didn't like as much as the others. My favorite so far has been Wind Witch, because I really loved the perspectives of the characters that we had in that story. I won't give too much away because I don't want to give spoilers. For any of you who don't know what the story is about a girl named Safi and her best friend Isolde, and they are kind of thrust into this world of intrigue and politics and war, and it's a really complex world building system that I know I've had a hard time wrapping my brain around, but it's really intriguing. Like, while I'm reading it, I'm kind of on the edge of my seat almost the entire time. Blood Witch was okay. That's the third book. Sight Witch was a novella that was in between Blood Witch and this last one, which is Witchshadow. This is the most recent release, and that one was pretty good as well. Definitely heard mixed reviews for Witchshadow so far. It took me a long time to pick it up because I was afraid I wasn't going to like it, but honestly, I really love it so far. I feel like the intrigue for me is really high. The switching of perspectives from the past to the future and not really totally knowing what's going on is actually doing wonders for my level of interest and intrigue in the story. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done before the end of the month and have kind of a clean slate for my September TBR. But I hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend, and I will check in again soon.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things.
Hey friends, it is currently Sunday morning, and I stayed up pretty late and read almost 200 pages of Witchshadow last night, and I just am loving it. I'm completely surprised that I am, because I've heard so many mixed reviews and a lot of people didn't really like it very much, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the multiple timelines. I feel like the plot has been a lot easier to follow than in previous books. I feel like I'm getting a lot of answers that I've been waiting for since the beginning of the series, and I'm loving the character development that I'm seeing so far. I'm making myself some coffee and just enjoying kind of a slow Sunday morning. So hopefully I'll have this finished and I will give you my thoughts on it at the end, but I hope you have a wonderful day.
Child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright.
Hey, I just finished Witchshadow, and I loved it. For all the reasons that I said before, I loved the characters, I loved the plot, I loved how many things came together, really satisfying. Definitely a high 4 stars. There were a few things that didn't quite make it a 5-star for me, although I was really tempted to, just because I enjoyed the experience of reading this so much. I loved the complexity of the character building. I loved how all of the relationships between all of the characters were progressing. There was a sapphic romance that I was really into. I was not convinced by the two main characters' friendship. The two main characters in the story are Safi and Isolde, and they're separated at the beginning of the first book, and they're driven to find each other through all of the chaos that happens afterwards. And the storyline itself becomes so complex and complicated and so much more than their drive to find each other. And so much of the book they're spent apart and building relationships with other characters that their relationship with each other and their drive to find each other doesn't feel believable to me. It's kind of like put in there as a side note over and over, and it's a little jarring and doesn't quite make sense. I don't think that there was enough development in their character to make that make sense. Also, there were several typos in the story that kept pulling me out and making me having to reread sentences and things throughout the whole book. So that was a copy editing problem with the publisher, and I know not Susan Dennard's fault or anything that she could have prevented, but it definitely took away from my enjoyment of it as an English teacher and someone who was an English major. It was really frustrating. So that definitely brought down my rating as well. But overall, I really, really loved this book. So to anyone who likes this series and hasn't read it yet, I would definitely say pick it up. It's really good.